So my name's Connor Thompson and I'm a third year law student. So I'm from a town called Luton. It's a bit near London. Most people know it from the airport. I always get that at uni. I was very much into dance, so I did like ballet, tap, and modern dance from about 9 and 10 years old. And now I gave it up right before uni, but now I do salsa at uni, so it's still kind of continuing that. Um, I went to a secondary school Catholic, so I'm very much like in touch with my religion, but also I'm LGBTQ plus, so I'm very much in touch with that side of my identity as well. So I really loved English literature and geography. Those were like my two favourite subjects. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do at university. And after taking those, it was very much, I liked that debate. I liked looking at a broad picture and things like that. So that's why I kind of looked into law because of those interests at school. I actually took law A level as a complete whim. Like I didn't know if I wanted to do it. I was like, I've got one more option, may as well take it, see if I like it. If I don't, it is what it is. And I absolutely loved it, and now I'm here doing it. I really like speaking to people and making those connections with people. I think that's also why I want to be a lawyer and be involved with law. I really like speaking to people, helping people, and making those connections. That's why I'm interested in politics. That's why I'm interested in like dancing. I like to make those connections with people. I think that's what gets me up in the morning. That's what drives me and keeps me going in whatever I do. I think I chose to go to university because I wasn't really sure what else to do. I knew I ended up that I wanted to be a lawyer, and the most viable path to do that is to go to university and get that degree. So I really thought this is the way that I'm going to get into a career, so that's where I need to go. And I chose Nottingham in particular, mainly for the campus. The campus is absolutely beautiful. There's always a green space that you can go to if you're feeling stressed or if you just want to go on a walk. It's got really nice buildings, and I just love the campus completely. I could just see myself there as well. I liked the idea of having catered halls and everyone going down for dinner at the end of the day. It gave me Harry Potter like Hogwarts vibes, so I really enjoyed that side of it as well. But yeah, I just wanted to go to university because to become a lawyer, it's just the easiest way to get there, really. Before coming to uni, I really wasn't sure what it was going to be like. I came from like a state school. My parents didn't go to university, so I had no real exposure to what that would be like for me. So then coming, it was quite a shock because I thought I'd be surrounded by so many like private school people that I wasn't really going to fit in. Would I be able to still be in touch with like people from the LGBTQ plus community? I really wasn't sure where I would fall and fit in. I really wasn't sure about my finances, if I'd had to get a job, what like if I was able to get a bursary, where I would be able to go if I had questions. I really was just so scared and really didn't know what university was going to be like at all. And then I went on the summer school before coming to university, and that really sorted out everything for me. And kind of showed me what university would be like. So when I came, it was still a complete shock and still different from the summer school. But I think having that taster before university really helped me because even though I had no idea what to expect, it prepared me a little bit for that. So before coming to uni, I really thought I wasn't going to be friends with anyone from private schools, but some of my best friends are from private schools, and I think it shows that misconception where I thought I just won't be friends with anyone like that, when actually we're really, really good friends now, and you can't really define and generalize a group like that. Um, I'm really in touch with the LGBT network as well, so I didn't realize how big a LGBT community Nottingham does have. So I found that was really, really good and helped settle me because I got really nervous thinking I'm going to be like the only gay one in my hall, but it was fine. Also with finances, I was able to get a bursary, so that was cleared up. But now I do jobs like for the university, working on open days and things like that. So financially, that's been able to help me as well. I've not been able to struggle as much as I thought I would be. I would say my most memorable experience from my first week was going on this scavenger hunt. So the law course decided to organise for the first time ever this random scavenger hunt around campus. So you got paired with people you'd never met before, and you just had to go around campus and take pictures of you, like in certain places. There were like little riddles and things. And I had no idea who I was paired with. I had no clue about any of the campus because it's such a big campus. But it was such a random, fun experience that at the time I don't think I really appreciated for what it was, because I think it really helped me just get into the campus and get into the people and just push myself outside of my comfort zone. It really helped me see a lot of the campus that I wouldn't have otherwise, and meet people that I wouldn't have as well. I think that's a tough one because for me, home is like my friends and family. Um, I love them so much, and being away from them, that's what I miss the most. Um, and it's so weird because COVID, although so many horrible things happened, I wasn't here at university, but actually getting to go home for a long period of time and seeing my family again was something that I really needed, being away from them. So that was kind of nice in a way. But for me, missing home, it would just be missing my friends and family and that comfort and support that they give me. There is so many. I could literally give you like 100 things on a list because I loved living in halls so much. I'd say one of them would be, so I was in Florence Boot Hall, which is shaped like a horseshoe. And I was in my room, which is right at the end. And what we did is put my washing basket over my head. And my friend like had to lead me from one side of the hall all the way round to the other. And it was such a random thing. But when you're bored on a weekend in halls, it's just what you do. And I think those funny little experiences like that were really, really funny and something I loved. Also, something else we did when my friend went home for the weekend, we made this poster of like, where is she, like lost at sea and things like this, and stuck it on her door. So the whole weekend people were walking past like, what is this? And then we recorded her like as she came back to her door, and she just looks at it like, what? Like, who has done this? And it was just such a silly little prank. That I loved it. Halls was just such a funny experience, and I loved living with so many other people. I don't know. What is I just go to the library all the time, to be honest. I'd say my favorite place on campus is the Millennium Gardens. I love how like peaceful it is there, and with like the little water fountains and things like that. It's such a nice little area just to clear your head. And it's right next to the law building, so I'm always there. Whenever I just need a little break after my like lectures or tutorials, I just head there because it's just a really nice area. I always like going for coffee meetups with my friends, actually, in Portland Coffee, the independent coffee store in our SU. That's actually quite nice, especially people I haven't seen since first year or second year. It's just got a really nice vibe, and it's just nice to have a little catch up in there. They've actually just released a mocha. So like it's like an iced white mocha thing, and it's really good. I can't remember what it's called, but it's something like that, and it's so yummy. I think my favourite thing to do with my friends is actually going to Nottingham city centre and go to a lot of like the independent shops, the charity shops, and even independent bars and things like that. I think Nottingham's really good at that sort of thing. It's got a lot of like locally owned businesses. So going there, shopping there, and going for a couple of drinks afterwards, that's my favourite thing. White Rabbit is actually really nice. It's like a nice little tea house, and it's really, really nice. And I didn't even like tea really before I went there. And then my friend ordered the tea, I ordered the coffee, and I had a taste of it, and I was like, oh my God, do I like tea now? It's such a really nice place, and a nice vibe. I need to go to the one in Bridgeford as well, because that one looks really cool. But I'd say that's probably one of my favourite places. I think the best thing about living at university is the independence. I really like having my own schedule, knowing what I'm going to eat later. I don't have to live by anyone else's rules, if that makes sense. I kind of get to do what I want. And that's really important to me. I'm quite an independent person. So that's probably my favourite thing. I also love living with my friends. I was so scared about making friends before I came to university. And even like until the end of first year, I really had a guard up. But then in second year when we were just in a house with the six of us, everyone was like, Connor, you're being so much more yourself. Like they didn't realize it, but I kind of was putting up that front. And I think living in a house now with about six people really brings you even closer together than halls does. So living with my friends in such a close environment is something that I really enjoy. I think one of the best things about being a University of Nottingham student is the support that I'm provided by my lecturers and tutors. They actually really help me. If I send them an email, they are going to reply. If I send in a formative assessment, they are going to mark it and get it back within a really good amount of time. One of them actually, she says she can send in as many as you want up until the exam, which for me is like a godsend because I really, really want to get a good grade. So having my tutors support me in that way is really, really good. I think a really good thing about law at Nottingham is actually looking at the bigger picture of the law. You look at how it affects people, you critique it. You're not just told this is the law, these are the ways we could improve it. You're actually told to rip the law apart and actually look, is this how we should be living our lives? Is this how we should be enforcing certain rules, certain areas and things like that? So I think the tutors really push you to do that and critique it and look at the bigger picture, look at other countries' laws and compare, are they actually doing a better job than us? So I think law is a really interesting course because it's got that like political element, but also a really like human element as well. I think the support is actually really good here at Nottingham. You get a personal tutor from your first year, and it's really good because I've built up that relationship with her that if I send her a message on Teams or an email, we will like organise a meeting and I know I can talk to her essentially about anything and she will be able to point me in the right direction or give me that support herself. Something else that's really helpful was the careers service. So even though I'm doing law, I still had no clue what I was going to do after university. I had a bit of a wobble. And speaking to the careers service, you can literally get a meeting with them so quickly and speak to them about anything. I've pestered them so much by now. I think I'm known in the office, but they're really, really helpful and they're always there to just help you put that best foot forward in a way. I've also really been supported by my societies as well. So I'm part of the Law Society, Pro Bono Society, and all the societies have a welfare officer. So if I've ever felt like uncomfortable with something or if I thought something needs to be improved, I can always just go and speak to them and know that they're there to support me in whatever I need. I would say the person that's inspired me most at uni is my professor, Di Birch. She was my criminal law tutor, and she was just so inspiring. She has this wisdom and aura about her that I just want to be her, to be honest. She really helped me do the best that I can in criminal law and really helped ignite that passion and interest in that area that I didn't really have before. And she always told me to just like go for the stars, like reach, like you can do it, you've got it inside of you, you just need to help bring that out. And I think she actually helped bring it out with me. So I would say my professor, Di Birch. So I actually go into schools with the Pro Bono Society and teach them about like social topics and things like that. And Di Birch actually helped me expand the project so much more by getting in touch with somebody she knows essentially manages loads of schools essentially, and she put me in touch with her and we've been able to expand the project really exponentially. So it's really good in that she's helped me expand one of my passions as well outside of the course, as well as help me in my course as well. So I'm actually the co-head of the Aspire project, part of the Pro Bono Society, where we go into schools and teach them about social topics like climate change and women's rights and things like that. And having that role as part of a society has taught me so many skills about like using my intuition, working with people, how best I can communicate with others and things like that. And having that role, I think, really helps me develop all those different types of skills and make those relationships with people. One of the societies I love is actually Salsa Society. So I didn't start it until this year. But I was like, it's my final year at university. I'm just going to go all in. And salsa, I'd never done it before, but it was such a funny way of dancing, completely different to what I thought. And it was really, really collaborative and really fun. and I enjoyed being a part of it. Part of Musicality, the Musical Theatre Society. And that's really funny because it was packed the room. There's so many people that love musical theatre apparently, and I'm one of them. And it was really fun just being in a room singing with people, Let It Go from Frozen. It was a really funny experience and I really enjoyed that. I don't know if I can pinpoint anything in particular, but I think I've grown so much as a person. When I first came to university, I had like a big confidence knock. Like I was really unsure if I was going to be able to do this, if I was going to be able to continue. I was really, really worried about who I was as a person. And I really put up a wall against a lot of my friends that I'd met. But now I'm sat here in third year and have made so many amazing memories with people, and I'm so happy that I stuck through it and that I am now able to stay here and like enjoy my time with people. I feel like I should answer something else again for that. What was the question?
So, what have you discovered about
What I
yourself?
discovered about myself. Actually, I do know something. Before coming to uni, going to a secondary school, it really wasn't a big secondary school. Everybody knew everyone, and I was very scared to be that individual and be out there because I was afraid. And actually coming to university, like I've bought like female clothes. I wear things that I never would have worn back at school. And it's really allowed me to become that person that I always knew I wanted to be, but felt like I couldn't. I think the most important skills that I've learned at uni is how to communicate with people and how to be succinct and concise in my writing. I think that communication is the key to everything. It's how you write to people, it's how you speak to people, it's how you get your points across, it's how you are able to do things, how you're able to get a job and be a leader, but also be part of a team. And I didn't realize how big a part of it that communication was. Because I was speaking to one of my professors and he said it to me and I didn't really understand at the time. But now, like, even looking at the things that I'm writing compared to what I was writing at A level, that academic tone that I have and the way that you're able to say things in a lot fewer words, but it's way clearer, is something really important that university has taught me and that I'm definitely going to bring forward with me into my jobs and my personal life because communication is how we live our lives. It's everywhere. I think one of the skills as well, I don't know if this counts as a skill, but it would be just like taking people as they are. You meet so many different people on completely different walks of life at university, and you just should take people as they are and how they put themselves forward to you. I'd say the most demanding thing I've had to overcome at university was in my first year putting up that wall and kind of not letting people know the real Connor. I was really afraid of what people might think, kind of from that secondary school mindset of being judged and things like that. And actually taking down that wall and letting people know who I am, which just only really happened with time and getting closer with people. That was something that I just had to overcome by myself and really just push through. I would say my future looks like I'm a really successful lawyer in London, living my life with my friends, enjoying myself, going on holidays, and going for drinks after work, going to the beach, and just enjoying my life, making a difference with my job, being political, making sure that my voice is heard, and living with my friends and speaking to my family. I've honestly thought about this quite a lot and I get quite emotional when I think about it because, like I said, my family, no one I really know has gone to university, and to have made it this far at the University of Nottingham, Russell Group University, it just means so much to me. And I'm so proud of myself that I've been able to push through and make it this far. And I really just want to do the best that I can for myself and my family. Yeah, it just means so much to me. I don't know, because I'm kind of going in two directions. Part of me wants to say like a really big, like United Nations political figure making change across the entire world. I think that a lot of people can just think about what's happening locally, and I very much want to look at the whole world and help politics everywhere and help people live the best life that they can. But then also, like, on a personal note, I would probably say it is really just making change, I think. I know that is so cringy, probably, but it is something that I am the most passionate about, is helping other people. Because I didn't think I'd be able to make it this far, and I want to help others know that they can as well.